Good evening. Just a update here. Wasn't able to publish on the 538 website, and we got a couple of things to discuss here. All of it good news, of course, because we have free will, intelligence, this and that, and we'll get into political stuff as well. All good news. 538. I don't know what's going on with the website. Got some issues there. And not being able to post on there doesn't change anything. As you can see, the political climate. I'm not making any excuses. I'm actually already, when I was born, I was one of the top mathematicians on the planet. So don't have to do anything. So you could probably shut it off right there. More than enough for me. How could I complain about that situation? Um, so 538, not letting me post. Now I don't really go on there anymore. It's an economic fact that when you deviate from the middle as a business, you lose money. So I guess you could say, okay, that's their funeral. Fine with me. Their sports site's pretty much getting shut down. You'd actually make more money not doing that. That's why Zuckerberg has a lot of money. He stayed out of the 2016 election. So you're actually screwing yourself over and cheating. You're cheating and losing, which is actually the same thing. So there you have it right there. Pathetic on the part of 538 to do that sort of thing. I made my money. I have too much money without doing that. Even if I needed the money, I wouldn't do that. So there you go, right there. Um, Not having kids, nothing anybody's going to do about that. More than enough for me. That's a huge comeback. I think they had it at 10 million a person ahead. So that's a huge amount of economic damage. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I'm one of the top mathematicians on the planet. So um, don't have to do anything. So I beat you. So why challenge me? Well, that's up to you. I can't answer that one. But there you go, right there. 538. I don't go there. The political stuff. Don't give them any more money. If I vote or not, I don't know. They're basically pathetic. They're not. I'm not giving them any money either way. So you can say hats off if you're a Democrat. Well, that's not going to do anything. Come on, man. The country's 50-50. So right there. Some of these people are actually probably, I hate to say it, campaign staffers, which could get yourself seriously injured. I wouldn't do that even if I did need the money. If my life depended on it, I wouldn't do that. So forget the money like De Niro from Heat. But these people are pathetic. I'm actually causing them, like we said, a huge amount of damage, and there's nothing they can do about it. They can't force me to have kids. It's not like they can do this to get me to do that. I'm retaliating by doing nothing. It's a powerful, extremely powerful tool. Um, so when they struggle financially, have medical problems, blame me, but there's nothing they can do about it. You can't prosecute me for doing nothing. Um, so there you have it right there. Dropping the hammer tonight. Love it. Got nothing else to do. So you're giving me something to do, and I don't have anything to do. So I do appreciate that part. Um, so 538 morons name calling. We had a guy name calling in preschool. And so I don't say right around, I'm going to right through them. So you can name call all you want. That's not going to change the racial wealth gap. Um, you got a problem there too, because whites are in second. What are you going to do? Are you going to put African Americans in first place with Asians and leave whites second? Then you have the same problem on your hand. It's a little bit hypocritical. It actually is completely hypocritical there. Or you're going to bring whites up too, and then it's a wash. So you got a problem on your hands there with that strategy. Um, so there's the campaign staffer problem. Those people, as you can see, DeSantis struggling for money. I don't give him any money. So that's the good news there. They're struggling financially, whether people give in or not. It's only their own fault. The other part is probably the constant nonsense that the Democrats are going to pick up power. The country's roughly 50-50, and it's going to stay that way. Let's be honest. And governments are not going to, Republicans as well, are not going to change the racial wealth gap because you can't do that. Government intervention is not going to do anything. So there you have it. Which one of those avenues these morons are on, I don't care. I addressed all three of them. 538 is a declining business. The politicians, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty certain they're behind some of this stuff. And it's not going to help them. They need to do some economic or finance trading. They're finance managers. Um, it's like a person going to the doctor and smoking. Um, and I don't care what these people say on there. They're not going to, like I said, they're not changing the racial wealth gap. They're Democrats are continuing to try and do the same stuff they've always done, or you're going to get the same result. They're going to blame Republicans. Um, okay, blame Republicans. Okay, what does that do? If Republicans, it's their fault, they're going to continue to do that. So that reinforces my position. And so there you have it. So a lot of stuff there. We counted all that. Didn't need to. We're just thinking out loud here. So 538's declining business. Politicians is struggling as well. That's hilarious. Even if I did need the money, I wouldn't do that. So I mean, that one's more of an in-depth economic thing. They're definitely cheating. So there's no doubt about that. That's a shady game to play those games. You get yourself seriously injured. So that probably is enough right there. We don't need to go into the value or what that does for you financially. Even if you come in first place and you cheat, you're right. That's doesn't count, right? And it's wrong, right? So just right there, by cheating, if these politicians are inciting people, which they clearly are, is cheating. So that's enough right there. So we have them, and then we have these morons posting stuff saying that the country's going to get more and more to one party, or they're going to help people of certain races, which is racist. I didn't say what race. That is racist. I would call Trump a racist if he said, I'm going to specifically advocate for whites. I would specifically, right now, I'm saying it. If he's racist, if he does do that, doesn't matter if he has. I'm saying if he does do that, I'm calling it out on him. So no counter argument from there because I'm giving in on that. But yeah, so country's staying 50-50. You have all these other imbalances of power, and it all boils down to the breakdown of the voters, not how these draw these congressional maps. The House is only one small factor. So even if they did pick up 5 to 10 seats, even if they picked up 50 seats, or if they picked up the entire of the House, they had that for the first 2 terms. So there's the Senate, the presidency, the governorship, Supreme Court, state legislators. So if you think they're going to I think they're going to get all of those in control. I'm willing to take a bet with you on that. So there you go on that. And the other part is them helping the closing the racial wealth gap with African Americans. And I feel sorry for them because they are basically lying to them. I will be honest with African Americans or any other race that the government is not going to help you. They take your money when you pay taxes, and then when they pay it out, like a Social Security, they say they're bankrupt or this or that. They don't help you. All they do is they cause damage. People give into that. Well, they're screwing themselves over like a bullshit homeowners do. So you're just screwing yourself over when you do that. I opt out of most of that. The only thing I get bent over on is the card tabs, and I solve that by not having any sports entertainment budget. So, don't get not getting hosed myself on that one, which is extremely easy. But they're not gonna help any races. They're not gonna help Hispanics. They're not gonna help whites. I don't care. They're not gonna help Asians. They're not gonna help African Americans. And they're lying to these people. And I'm not saying necessarily the solution is not to vote for them, but it's pathetic on their part that they're saying that. And I feel bad for the African Americans that they're getting treated like that. It's almost like you're treating them like they're stupid. Basically, the Democrats are treating them like they're stupid. I don't think they're stupid. I think each race and gender has their own ability. Each individual has their abilities. It's not like this African American's the same as this African American. They're not. You have criminals and good people, just like any other race. So you can't treat all people, say, oh, this person's an African American, we're going to do this for them, and this person's not, and we're going to do this. You can't do that. They're all different people. So I don't know what the solution is to that. I think the Republicans have failed too for not saying, we don't support this sort of stuff. They basically said nothing, and so I don't give them a good grade either on race issues. I do feel, um, I do feel good about these people making accusations at me because they are pathetic people. They don't know me. I'm not making any accusations at somebody I don't know right now. I've been very clear about um, what they've done and this and that. I'm not. I'm not going to make any accusations of somebody I don't know. I'm saying if this person does that, and these people, most of these people are, even if they are making 200,000 in a big city, that's not. I mean, if you're in Wichita or some no city, okay, yeah, 200,000 is a good salary, but here after taxes, you can barely pay your rent. So, um, I've always said a million in base salary, and I'm more impressed on the equity side. I think. Um, I mean, you take a company like Microsoft, there's only probably so many people making that salary. So those aren't the people that impress me. The people that impress me are the people that are Warren Buffett types and are not working. So I don't know what Icon's doing or somebody like that who's basically sitting on their rear end. Um, Maybe that Google guy who's living in Hawaii. Not intelligent from a political perspective, but he does impress me financially if I'm right about that. So there you have it with that. I'm glad that those people are suffering. I think they are suffering. The numbers show me that they are suffering, and it's their own fault. They can blame other people, but they're going to end up suffering. So they're going to bear the consequences of that false belief, which is actually fascinating, I think. Um, but yeah, so you have the Democrats, and we can get in debate about this and that. I think that the country's saying 50-50. I mean, you can look at 200 year of the chart. They're doing the same thing, trying to pick up these House seats. They're trying to do it with DC. This is not a new thing. It's the same stuff. So you can't play that. This time's different. Even if they did, they had the House under Biden's first 2 years, and they didn't do anything. Obama, 2 terms, did nothing to help African Americans. Almost nothing. Medicaid, whoopee, yay, thank you. The card's basically, I have a friend on that. He says it's basically a card. Every doctor he goes to complains about it like they know him. It's basically a card to avoid the tax, basically. So, he's doing nothing. All that did was increase taxes, which hurts people who are stupid. And there you go, right there. So the Democrats are not going to increase their neither party is going to probably get more than 50-50 long term of the vote. You'll see it fluctuate like the stock market, but it's going to stay flat long term. So it goes up and down. Democrats aren't getting more seats. And even if they did, they're not going to do anything. They don't do anything to help African Americans. They just got rid of their food stamps. All they're going to do is raise taxes and do nothing to hand it out. They don't have any other handouts here where I live, and they've increased taxes here or there. They've increased taxes everywhere, and they don't hand out. It's not like when they added this Medicaid surcharge investment tax that they increase handouts to the poor people. They don't. They squander the money because they're fat, stupid fucks. And there you go. So, vote for whoever you want. They're not going to. They're not going to help you. And you can believe that they're going to help African Americans, but they don't. And I have my abilities, and there's nothing you're going to do about that. And if you want to go ahead and suffer some more, go ahead. Doesn't makes any difference to me. You got nothing else to do. So I appreciate you taking my time. I do give you credit for that, for taking my last 15 minutes, because I had nothing else to do. So I do appreciate that, and I will say thank you for that.